Hi everyone! Today we're talking about a racket that clearly has one idea in mind. And that idea is not to play safe. This is the Siux Fenix Pro 2026. This is a racket used by Leandro Augsburger. And if you've ever watched him play, you already know what kind of energy we're dealing with. Leandro Augsburger is one of the youngest and most explosive players on the tour right now. He's from Argentina and he represents that new generation of players who are not afraid to take risks. He doesn't wait for the perfect moment, he creates it. You will see him going for big shots, finishing points early and putting constant pressure on his opponents. His game is aggressive, fast and very confident. So when a player like that has a signature racket, you can already guess, this is not going to be a soft, forgiving, beginner-friendly option. When you pick up the Fenix Pro 2026, it immediately feels solid in your hand. This racket is not light, there's a bit more weight towards the head, so you can tell right away that this racket is designed for players who like to step forward and take control. It doesn't feel slow, but it's definitely not one of those super light, effortless rackets either. There is a certain weight to it that gives you confidence, especially when you're hitting harder shots. And if we look at this racket, you can see that this is a diamond-shaped racket, which means the sweet spot sits higher up. That's great for overheads, smashes and attacking shots. The balance is on the highest side, so more mass is concentrated towards the top of the racket. That's where the power comes from. Weight is around 365 to 375 grams, which is standard, but because of the balance, it feels a bit more powerful than the number suggests. The surface is made of carbon, so when you hit the ball, you get very crisp and direct response. No softness, no delay. Inside this racket, you've got a firm EVA core, which again reinforces the same feeling. The ball comes off quickly and you don't feel like it stays on the racket for long. Now let's talk about the actual experience on the court, because this is where everything becomes very clear. The first thing you notice is how clean and direct the contact is. When the ball hits the racket, there's no softness to absorb it. You feel sharp, solid impact, and the ball leaves the face quickly. In overhead shots, especially smashes, the racket feels very natural. You don't have to force the shot too much. As long as your timing is right, the ball comes off fast and deep. It's one of those situations where you can swing with confidence and the result follows. At the net, this racket feels more stable than fast. You do feel the weight slightly in the head, so quick exchanges take a bit adjustment at first. But once you get used to it, volleys feels very solid. The racket doesn't twist, it doesn't shake, it stays firm even when you're blocking stronger shots. But in defense, it's a little bit more demanding. If you are late to the ball or not in the best position, the racket won't really help you out. With this racket, you have to generate the lift by yourself, especially on low balls near the glass. It's playable, of course, but you need to be active and precise. The sweet spot is quite focused. When you hit the ball cleanly, it feels great, very precise, very powerful at the same time. But if you're slightly off, you will notice the difference. The response drops a bit and the racket makes it clear that the contact wasn't perfect. Overall, the feeling is very honest. It doesn't cover mistakes, but when you play well, it gives you a very satisfying response. This racket makes the most sense for players who like to take initiative. If you enjoy stepping into the court, going for your shots and finishing points with confidence, you will feel comfortable with it. It works best for intermediate or advanced players who already have decent technique and timing. If your game is more about control, soft touch, playing safe, this might feel a bit too demanding. Let's talk about money. The Siux Fenix Pro 2026 Diamond Attack now priced by 249 euros. For a racket at this level with this kind of performance and materials, that's actually a very solid deal. You're getting something that feels professional, precise and clearly designed for high-level play. If you want to try this racket or compare with other models, you can find it at Fun Padel. Fun Padel, this is our store. We're based in Portugal, in Alegra Sintra, on the first floor. Also, we have a mini court in our store, so you can try this racket by yourself, or you can visit our website funpadel.pt and delivery is available. We offer everything for padel: rackets, shoes, balls, bags and a lot of accessories for your game. for both beginners and advanced. So yeah, this is not a racket that tries to make the game easier, to be honest. It's a racket that gives you exactly what you put into it. If your timing is good and you like to play aggressively, it feels sharp, powerful, and very rewarding. And of course, that matches Augsburger perfectly. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget hit the like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments would you like to try out this racket. See you on the courts!